Living in a crowded dream, searching for the quiet that you need to breathe. Gave up on your sanity to hide behind your shadow, while you tried to take the sun down. Hearts will never change to gold, out there thinking that you're in the world alone. No one ever told you that you'll have to fight for something, or you'll never learn to balance. It's too cold standing in the middle of the downpour, looking in the mirror, 'cause it's only you that you have to lose. Headed backward on a one-way, trying to stop from running, but you can't wait. Bury all the evidence, you'll only learn when you crash and burn. A red light, oh, 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 a red light, Living in a crazy world, following the path that always twists and turns. Gave up on your sanity to hide behind the devil, 'cause you think you'll live forever. Say you're never getting old, out there thinking that you're in the world alone. No one ever told you that you have to live for something, or in the end you will be nothing. It's too cold standing in the middle of the downpour, looking in the mirror 'cause it's only you that you have to lose. Headed backward on a one-way, trying to stop from running but you can't wait. Bury all the evidence of lonely love when you crash and burn. Red light, oh, red light, oh, red light, oh, red light,
I can see it in your eyes. You've seen the moon and its darker side. I can feel the gravity, the forces pull between you and me. Yes, it's true, I'm falling hard for you, but I won't rush this love. I can wait even if it's hard to take. One moment is enough. I will be standing here right by your side. I will be standing here till the end of time. I will be standing here all through the night, till the stars align. Changing in the sky, it gets a little lighter over time. Yes, it's true, I'm falling hard for you, but I won't rush this love. I can wait even if it's hard to take. One moment is enough. I will be standing here right by your side. I will be standing here till the end of time. I will be standing here all through the night, till the stars align. Standing here right by your side. I will be standing here till the end of time. I will be standing here all through the night. I will be standing here till the stars align.
Hello and welcome to week number 2 of the SureFire Fantasy Podcast. Introducing your ugly host, Will Schumann.
Hey, what's up? You're peeking the microphone a little bit there, man.
Sorry, I'm a little loud, guys. First time, give me a break.
First time listener, long time caller.
First time listener, long time caller, who's got a big old mouth and should not be allowed on camera.
What that dick do?
What that dick do? What's up, my man?
What up, man?
It just makes babies.
How
That's
you
all it do.
feeling? How you feeling?
Ah, dude, I feel like trash.
You look fly.
I had to get half hammered before this show.
Yeah, you're so nervous to walk in here, man. You walked in and blacked out.
Oh man, not again
What happened?
this week. But we'll kind of get into that in a minute.
Well,
You developed an accent.
I really. Well, he kind of did. It was like it was projection accent. I think it was. Hey guys, welcome to this show. I really wish now that I would have pulled a. Oh my God! Why didn't we from 2 weeks ago when you were talking about how you're gonna bend Kevin over?
I know.
I wish I would have. I wish I would have pulled
Yeah,
a snippet to put on the thing. That would have been great.
Zach's fired.
But also not a snippet from when I said I was gonna beat Jordan.
I know. Me too. Shit. We're
This is 3 losers here. We got rid of the winner because we don't have winners on this podcast. We
No,
do
we do
losers
not.
only.
No, we did
It's
not.
historically speaking, none of us ever win. So therefore, they fired Zach. They hired me at a much smaller salary. So we'll move forward.
I am
much smaller.
I am
Zach
0 for
required a lot
5.
of money.
0 for 5 in week 1 in this league.
I think I've lost 3 straight in the first round or first week. This
First week is rough, man.
3 years.
And I did tilt again, of course.
I think I'm actually 3-1. That's because I played well the other 3 weeks.
He wants to know what the song I was playing was. I just found it, dude. I don't know what it is, but if you want to see it, it's oh wait. It was a banger. It was a oh my God, it's gone. Well, it was good. It was a good song. But I don't know. It just happened to pop up on my thing. Hey, do a little talk about what you want. I just realized I don't have the screen on the thingy. So
Oh, like the overlay.
Yeah. You guys talk?
So,
Well, Mike, let's kind of get into it.
so I got bent over by Zach this week. I don't know. It's an interesting time for me. I don't think I've ever been in this predicament before in the league, to be honest with you.
The second lowest scorer by
Yeah.
1.1 point.
Like, I think I had a bad first week the score was Zach 119, me 86. It
Yeah.
was 1 point more than someone, so I'm still in the survivor pool, but yeah, I'm in an interesting predicament, and Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But no, I definitely lost this week. We'll see what happens next week.
Yeah, man, that was I agree. It was a very disappointing week. If it wasn't for Lamar Jackson, I would kind of cry myself to sleep. So
No, I did. Yeah, I definitely did.
me too.
Multiple times when questioning like life and stuff.
I know.
That Sunday evening, like you really question like, what are you doing in life? You
Yeah.
know, why am I devoted to fantasy football? You know, and
It's not like
it's kind of part of it. You know, so
it was like the first week, dude. You know, we were so excited. We walked in, and then it's like we found our girlfriend in there, and she said, "Hey, man, I don't like you anymore." And like that's kind of what just happened. We all had 14-0 expectations,
right,
and then
right. So just 13-1 now. Right?
that's right.
It's 13 straight now. We're gonna rip off, but no, I lost week 1. Zach, congrats on the win. I owed Zach a meal too. Made a side bet that we
Oh,
typically
man.
do. So
Yeah.
I'll get that to you, Zach. Congrats again. Our next matchup was Robin versus Brad. And you're pulling it up.
No, keep
Sorry.
talking. No,
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you guys started. You guys already started the.
Yeah, we jumped into it. Are you
Oh.
trying to find the song?
Yeah, yeah. You got. Yeah. Hold on. Give me.
We
wait,
were
wait,
just-
wait, wait, wait,
I
wait.
think we were kind of just like generalized talking about like, you know, kind of how our team is trash.
Well, there's definitely risers and fallers at the moment, right?
Right.
To me, the league split in half. I think there's 5 people that are all going to be fighting for that 5th and 6th or 6th place spot, right? And then you have your top 5, right? I think there's a major split there, so we'll see as we go into it.
And so of course you're getting at the fact that the 3 of us sitting at this table
Well, that
are
for the
definitely
time
in the
being-
top 5.
For the time being, we might fall, out of the top 5, but I don't
Okay.
know. We'll see.
For anybody who's interested, here is the song. Okay. Remember, Until the Stars Align. All right.
It is a good song. I do like
It was a banger. I think it's Churches. The name of the band's Churches, but it's like a remix. And then Why Are We Down? Oh well, doesn't matter. Okay, sorry. It was important.
No, I wanted to know what it was too. Can you pull up the matchups?
Matchups. Okay, we're going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go into it. We already got. I think everyone knows Zach bit me over. I don't think we need to show that. Unless you guys want to, of course.
I mean, we can kind of talk about like the disappointing people of,
Yeah, let's do it.
of the
Let's
week.
dig into it. Let's dig into this.
Like, let's just like take that
Can
butter
you do
knife,
Zach and I's matchup.
Mm-hmm.
take the butter knife, just dig a little bit deeper in there, you
I'm
know.
all good, man. We good.
Just next
We-
time,
we
Your team
vibing.
is Rip Steve now.
Rip Steve.
Steve Irwin, man.
Now I get it.
Now the guy Crocodile Hunter, man.
Yeah.
Steve.
No one talks about him.
R.I.P. Steve.
Him and Harambe are both died for our sins.
No, everyone talks about Harambe.
They both died for our sins. It wasn't just one of them. It was both of them that did it for us.
I think Harambe died for our
I think
sins,
it's not.
and Irwin died for for wisdom, for us to understand that the ocean is
okay.
dangerous.
That's correct.
Don't
like
go
a
in the
Jesus
ocean.
Christ and God situation. You got
I don't
Yeah.
think God died. If God died, we have a problem.
I mean, he
no,
died on the
but, like-
cross.
That was Jesus.
No,
Oh,
Jesus,
that's
yeah.
right. Sorry.
Come on, dude.
I'm drunk.
Fucking sadist.
But no, I lost as we talked about. Yeah, I mean, you guys. I mean, I don't. I already told you.
All right, I'll talk about
it. Go ahead.
I
Zach surprised the hell out of me, as well. I'll say. Yeah.
I had Mike ranked pretty high, and I had you ranked, pretty low, and I had you ranked pretty high, based on the potential. And when I look at your team, because I was thinking, why did I have it ranked high? But I look at it from last week's perspective, and I get it why I did. But the problem is, and this is
We don't have to go too in deep because we're
Well,
going through rankings.
right.
Too.
The thing is your hopeful potential, all that. You had the duds. You had the ones that, at least at this point so far, you had the
I think
ones
every
that
done I had
are just really like scary, like DK scary, Allen Robinson uber scary, David Montgomery uber scary.
I have hope for Montgomery, honestly. I think that game you just throw out, but I don't want to go too in depth.
No touchdowns, right, other than Kyler?
Yeah, but hey, I mean, 87 with no touchdowns, pretty good.
Yeah.
Zach's team, 120 with Tom Brady only getting 10.
Like, that's impressive.
Good as well.
That's pretty good.
But here's the biggest surprise.
Zach's
Miles Sanders
all his hit.
Yeah. Zach
was
hit.
the biggest surprise. I can't believe that worked
And
out.
Waddle got his game that he's going to get 3 times a year. He got it week 1, which helped
Yeah.
him out a lot because Waddle's he's not the number one in that offense, but he got the touchdown. He got like a big breakaway, like 60-yard touchdown, so that's big.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. It was a solid.
But we'll see what happens, you know.
Anyways, on the
We're-
bench, Mike, you left James Robinson, and Zach left Amon-Ra and AJ. My God, Zach's team is
Ooh.
good.
It's good.
solid.
It changed everything. Although I will still say, I like Cooper Kupp, and then no other wide receiver. I mean, I do like Amon-Ra, but his wide receivers are weak. DJ Moore scares me quite a bit right now. We'll see. And Tom Brady scares me too.
No. Hey, I got Mike Evans. Hit me up, Zach. What's good?
What's the next game?
The next
What's
game
that
is
one?
Robin versus Brad, where Robin won 140 to Brad's 115.
So Brad did have a good game. He would have been the 5th highest scorer. Right? 5th highest? Yeah, 5th
Yeah.
highest scorer. So he was still top 5 in scoring. If we did point system, he'd get a point for that.
Here's the craziest part: is fucking Joe Burrow had the worst game I think I've ever seen him have. I think he had 5 turnovers.
He did. And he still scored
And Brad's-
18
He
points.
still got
And
his
Brad
projected
scored
points.
115 points with all them turnovers because he is the Bengals.
Yeah, if you
as we all know.
take if he has 0 turnovers, how many
That's
points?
plus 10.
That's plus 10. He gets
Yeah,
he gets
I mean,
28.
and then you
And he still
got to
loses.
think they score more though. I mean, they don't just score 20. He probably gets a touchdown.
I think the
with T.
running
Higgins or-
game becomes more prevalent, honestly, if that happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, but there's the potential for it, right? So what was the final score?
115 to 140. He wasn't going to win this game.
No, but
most likely with a
125
140.
and
He had a
in
good
theory
week.
is a good week.
And
Yeah.
considering Higgins got a concussion really early,
And Keenan Allen.
and Keenan
Halfway
Allen was
through.
out really quick. He had
Yeah.
8 points, and
Right.
he got injured in the second quarter.
I mean, what could have been Kareem Hunt hit? I mean,
Yeah, it would have been a barn burner. Like, I think that was...
look out for Brad's team.
If you
Look
look
out.
at Brad's team and, you see that after pre-week 1, you're like, man, that's risky. Post-week 1, it's like, that's a little dangerous. We'll have to see, but...
Darren Waller almost hit exactly what they projected he was
I
going to
know,
do.
it's a little crazy.
They're good at the projections, but Kevin,
Had James Cook with -1.
Robin.
Oh,
is it Robin? He
oh,
played?
this is Robin. Yeah,
Oh, it's Robin's
this
team.
I'm telling you, it looks like.
It
Didn't
looks
Kevin have
like
that emblem?
Kevin's team
Kevin
from
had that emblem
the
last year,
logo,
right?
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
totally did.
because I'm doing that all
Yeah, he
week
totally
too.
did.
Yeah.
But
Kamara's interesting.
Robin also had Kamara, who apparently is hurt now,
I know.
but had Kamara have a dud, one of his best players, and his tight end got 0, and he dropped 140. So I mean, honestly, his team was
Balled
crazy.
I mean, Pittman, I
And
don't
his
think...
bench is good too.
Yeah.
Look, he could have started an actual a tight end that got points and gotten 150.
Yeah.
That's
You
crazy.
just never know with that. But
Yeah.
I
That's,
mean,
that's a tough matchup.
it
then we
is.
start
Our
Dotson
reigning
170.
champ is 1-0.
Anyways, me and Jordan here.
How you feel about this?
That is honestly the rain game really fucked me. It fucked me.
It did.
hard.
It was a monsoon up there.
I think I had a chance. I don't think I would have won, but 29 is not crazy to ask for from Lance, but it's still I wouldn't have won. However, I would have. I think if it wasn't a rain game, it just weren't for the 49ers. If it wasn't a rain game and George Kittle played because my tight end did nothing, and then Mike Williams pissed me off. CeeDee Lamb, honestly.
That's a
My
bummer.
running backs. Look at my running backs. I got 25, 14, 20, 21, 15. My running backs were so good, which is the opposite of what my
You know who
my
had
opposite
really good
problem.
running backs was Jordan with Saquon. 30 fucking points.
Yeah,
That's-
that fucking he killed me.
That's absolutely
I
insane.
miss you, Saquon.
He was literally he didn't even score that many points. Saquon literally was his saving grace.
God.
His next highest scoring player was his quarterback
I
at
hate
17
myself.
and then 14 and 12. And McLaurin barely got his. He got a fourth quarter bomb touchdown.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know. Jordan's looking good. Juju. And what I'm interested about Jordan's team is when Lazard comes back. Is
He
that
also has
gonna
Michael
hit?
Thomas
Yeah.
on the bench, and Jarvis Landry looked really good, and he has Julio on the bench. He looked really good.
Yep.
But yeah,
So, myself versus Kevin. We kind of talked about it earlier.
small peepee man.
Small PP. For those that don't know, Will decided to add himself as admin on my team, change my team name,
Rightfully
and
so.
I mean, it still works enough to get a girl pregnant. So here we are. Small peepees for the win.
It's
L's
not
in
about
chat.
yeah. You can get a girl pregnant, but is she happy
about the
on
girth.
the inside?
It does
Let's get
enough,
real here.
I guess, right?
It's
I mean,
about girth and not length.
what's up? But this was a pretty disappointing week. If you're gonna tell me that all of my teams,
You got like a ball. You just put your balls in there.
pretty much, if you're gonna say that my team fell on its face, I would, probably agree. Debo got hurt with that rain game, kind of what we were talking about.
Oh, he got hurt?
No, he didn't get hurt, but like he was hurt production-wise with the rain game.
Oh.
You got a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean he had a running touchdown from the
Debo did
8-yard
not
line.
let you down. He only was 3 points under.
Yeah, I mean Eckler, huge letdown week 1. Josh Jacobs pretty big letdown too. They played each other. Firemouth kind of saved me.
Tony
but,
just didn't play.
Yeah, Tony got, I think he had 0 receptions and had 1 run for 23 yards.
Dude, I'm scared about Eckler.
I
would not touch him.
Yeah, that Jets running back situation's gonna
I
suck
know.
for you.
Yeah, that was tough.
On the other side of the ball, Jefferson.
Who cares? Fuck Kevin.
Honestly, Jefferson and Diggs.
Yeah, carried the day.
Yeah,
Fuck.
Jefferson, Diggs, Hurts, Hill, and nothing.
I mean, yeah.
Not even. I mean, his
That's
bench
all
had
you
Henderson.
need. He's got Damian Harris too. Look at that stud.
But that's
Well,
kind of
this is a different team now. But
yeah, I
he
mean it's
doesn't
gonna be a
have Hill
different team
anymore,
next week too. So,
But and he doesn't. Now he's got. Yeah, it means it's a different team completely.
well, I think we'll go into Kevin's team more when we.
Oh, we'll get through all of them.
Yep, and
he's
then
kind of our
Logan and
shocker.
Dolt, where Logan
Matchup of the week.
it was a very good matchup.
I
and
think if I know Logan,
It went down to
if
the end, right?
If Logan would have lost this game,
So-
he would have been on suicide alert.
it would have been.
I would have been really
fitting.
worried about that man.
I'd have
Because he
been-
always gets heartbroken in these things. He
I would have
always has the
thrown
closest
trades
matchup.
out. It would have been amazing.
No, I don't think he would have tilted, but I would have been worried about the man. He always
Their
has
quarterbacks
these tight
went
matchups like
crazy.
this.
By the way, me and Zach were right. By the way, on the Mahomes thing.
What were you guys right about?
Remember on the podcast last week, you just called us. You said you just can't say that Mahomes is over Allen. It was like a big thing. That was like the big when we talked about.
No,
the
you
matchup.
can't.
Mahomes beat him, and he beat him
What
in the
was
first
it?
half.
What was the score?
34-31. But Mahomes beat him in the first half.
But still,
In the first half.
Josh Allen has the advantage over. I'd rather have Josh Allen than Mahomes.
Yeah,
Even to this. Right now.
I agree.
I agree, but we
It's
did
in
say
a-
we said at
here's
the time.
all I was saying. It was an advantage.
We said I just didn't think it was.
And he
because of
played
matchups.
apparently a garbage Cardinals team.
So
I mean,
But we did know that the Cardinals versus the Rams, the Cardinals are the worst defense.
that's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct. So
Mahomes went crazy.
he did.
yeah. I mean,
That wraps up week 1.
We're just talking about the quarterbacks.
Yep.
Dalt also had Kelsey and Judy that did nice for him.
Don't having Elijah Mitchell go out killed him.
Javonte Williams is however many receptions he got. An
15.
insane amount of receptions.
13.
11 receptions. I think on 14 targets. That helped him out quite a bit.
Yeah, it helps.
Yeah, it helps.
Yeah, it can.
And
Yeah.
Devontae Adams, who I had no faith in, was a goddamn beast. So, good job, Logan. And I think Logan's team looks even better this week, in my opinion. But we'll see.
We'll see.
Okay.
And that completes matchups.
Yep.
So the person that scored the lowest this week was actually Coleman. So he's out of our Survivor League. Sorry, buddy.
He scored the lowest by 1.1 points.
That's that's all I'm about. I'm just trying to win the
Mike
Survivor
holds
League,
on.
bro.
It looked
That's
like
all
he
I
would
care
easily
about.
do it. And then what's his
DK.
Son-
Metcalf only
DK.
got 5 and Sutton only got 9. So yeah,
Tough week.
it was close.
Yeah.
But
Not a single touchdown with anybody but my
Coleman is
quarterback.
now out of the Survivor League. So that means
RIP.
if you are not last in points, but Coleman is, you're still last because he's not. You got to be last.
He's
of the
out
people
of the
remaining.
Survivor League.
Right, you gotta be last
You've
of the
been
people remaining.
evicted from the Big Brother house.
You are gone. So leave the podcast.
Goodbye.
See you guys. Have a good night.
See you, man. Okay, so we did that. Well, I don't know what's
All right,
next.
now we're in waivers.
Waivers. I can actually pull that up. Let's do that. Recent
Brad
activity.
spent $75 on Jeff Wilson. How do we feel about that, boys?
How do we feel about that? Chat?
I think it's a give and take here. And I will go into it why, and I think that Will and I might have a different take than the rest of the field, being that we both have the starting quarterback in Trey Lance with Will, and then I also have Debo. So with Debo being such a flex player, the Jeff Wilson was not an option for me because I don't want multiple running backs for the 49ers. I understand Debo plays wide receiver, but he was pretty much the wide receiver out of the backfield that got the most amount of attention once the injury occurred. I think it was a little bit of an overpay. I'm not going to say that it was a terrible pay because at the end of the day, a starting running back on any team, especially a team supposed to be competitive, I think that's a benefit.
Oh, yeah.
Would I have paid $75? Probably not. I think...
But here's the thing. You guys are in different situations. Brad's searching for a running back.
Yeah.
He has Kareem Hunt and Najee, who Najee's a big question mark right
and
now.
he's now hurt,
Najee might
potentially
miss
not
time.
play.
Najee might miss.
Kareem Hunt worked out
time.
for him. Regardless,
Kareem
even
Hunt-
if they were both great, though, he he didn't have anybody else, so he
Yeah.
did need one
He
so
needed
bad.
to do it, and now it even worked out more if Najee's out, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he has that at least running back that can bridge the Najee gap somewhat.
With betting $75, he guarantees that he gets him. He knew he would get him. He also knew probably that was an overpay, but,
Yeah, but
he
he had
knew
to.
he got him.
Yep.
Now, obviously when you see these in hindsight, that's way too much money. But I don't think the bet was a bad bet. I don't think it was a bad.
No, and I'm
Like,
not saying that at all.
He didn't. He just needed a running back so bad.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, he didn't need to be in that situation for the draft. However, I think that was smart of him. And unfortunately, Brad's team could be looking really good right now, but he's got the
He's got
Higgins
the
injury
injury.
and the Keenan Allen injury.
And Najee.
And now Najee, so the
Yeah.
injury bug is hitting him a little bit.
So
Early.
the only concern that I have, I like the pickup 100%. I think that he's a flex play for sure. Not sure that you would want to go out of your way to make him a starter, but I get it if you do for an RB2. The only issue I could see going down the line is if there's another big injury on his team, whoever that may be,
Right.
whether that's a starter in a different team that now the second string pops up, you're now missing out on the opportunity to go on a big bid later in the season that could help you in the playoffs. And I think that's the risk that everybody takes. But if
Right.
if he hits,
It could be good. You gotta make it to the playoffs first. to
That's
even
that's
be in
correct.
that. You gotta.
I mean, I started 5-0 last year and I missed the playoffs. So
Right.
I mean, I 100%
Game of
get
runs,
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, an injury kills. Henry
It
got
does. It
hurt.
does kill.
There's a lot of things that could change. So I don't hate the move. I don't think that's something that I would have personally done based on my team, but I'm not going to hate the man for doing it.
Yeah, 75 is a lot, but
Other
in
noticeable-
hindsight, he spends 30, right? And he saves his money, but
Yeah,
next,
Other noticeable ads are Curtis Samuel for 19. Next highest bid was 7.
who got that?
That
Logan.
was Logan.
Logan spent 19 on Curtis.
I just think it's weird just because.
Did anybody else bid on him?
Yeah, Kevin did for 9.
I know he had a really good week, but he could be like
Hmm.
There's question on whether or not he's the next highest bid was 7 on Curtis Samuel. The question mark is he could possibly be the third wide receiver in that team with Carson Wentz throwing the ball. If Dotson ends up, and Dotson is younger, so he'll get more play time. So that it seems high, but people are saying that that's the way to go. So that's the way to go. It's not like $19 is a crazy amount of money, and he's got a good team right now. So
Yeah, he can probably afford it.
Khalil Herbert for 11 by Robin.
Yep.
Khalil Herbert, somebody he dropped actually earlier,
Mhm.
which same for me with Jeff Wilson right before that game because I had to get a tight end.
What was the next highest bid?
Next highest bid it looks like was 2, a couple
For
twos.
Hingle McCringleberry.
Also
Hate
Kevin,
that guy.
Kevin and Zach both put 2
Hate
on.
them both.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why. What is it? Just because Montgomery didn't look that good, or
Khalil Herbert got the touchdown. That's
Yeah.
what it was. Montgomery out snapped
it was a
him.
rain game.
Montgomery out snapped him, I think 17-6. So Montgomery definitely holds the majority of the backfield there. But I mean, that's if Montgomery gets hurt, Khalil Herbert's
So
great.
Najee and Gabe Davis for Eckler and Deontay. Well, Ooh.
Najee and Gabe Davis.
for
What a-
Eckler and
Who got Najee? Okay, wait.
So he gave away.
Whoever got rid of Najee, I think, won that trade.
Is that Dan?
I don't know. Ben Johnson?
No, it's not. I personally.
Who's Ben?
The Eckler and Deontay definitely won. You got 2 non-injured players versus an injured player and a wide receiver 2. You got the number 1 running back
the
and
Eckler one, yeah.
you got the number 1 running back and the
You
number
don't
1
think
wide
so?
receiver.
You don't like Eckler, huh? Dude, we need to talk.
But
Yeah, we
for
need to talk.
Najee, who's injured
I mean,
and is gonna miss time,
I guess that's true.
yeah, you got an injured running back who played really bad last week,
We talk.
and the wide receiver 2, he's good. Gabe Davis is good, but he's the wide receiver 2 versus Eckler, who just beats Najee just with the injury thing alone, and the wide receiver 1 who got 14
Healthy,
targets.
healthy. I like Najee better.
Healthy,
do.
I like Najee
Because
better too.
Eckler's scary.
I think there's a big question mark on if Najee will be healthy one time at all this season because it's the
Sure.
Liz Frank he re-injured the foot that he had the
Right.
problem with.
But they're
That's a
saying
problem.
it's not the Liz Frank that he re-injured.
Well, I heard today that it was, but I don't know. Whatever it is, though, it doesn't seem good, and he didn't seem like he was 100% on Sunday either. So
Yeah, it was a tough
Um,
day for him for sure.
I guess other notable bids. What do you think? Gerald Everett for $6 from Robin. I mean,
that was a win for him.
I like it.
I wish
I like
I
the
would have
move,
done
too.
it. I should have done it. I was too busy with it. The Taysom Hill went for money too, right?
$5.
$5 to Jordan.
Yeah, that one's also good. I tried to get Taysom Hill for $1. I thought maybe he'd be available. but I actually think Everett, looking back,
Everett looks
better.
good. No, I like the pick.
Aguabanam also, or as Jordan calls him, Aguaba Bam Bam.
Bam Bam. I love it.
He would have been the guy that Robin got, but he ended up getting Everett. So is Aguaba Bam Bam still available? or
Yes,
did
he
go?
is.
Oh, he's still there.
Yeah.
Jordan, get out there, man.
You got this, big guy.
8-man full PPR, 1 running
What
back, 2
is-
wide receiver, 3
Oh,
flex.
this is one of
I don't-
Brad's buddies.
I don't know how to. I don't know what to
Okay.
tell you on that one, man.
8-man.
My brain won't wrap around how that. So wait, that means the running back is not valuable, not very valuable. It's definitely not as valuable as it was because you got 1 running back, 2 wide receivers, 3 flex. You can play as many
5.
wide receivers as you want.
5 wide receivers starting.
Deontay Johnson versus Gabe Davis, I like more. No, that's crazy. I can't
That's
figure
crazy,
that out.
bro.
That's a weird
crazy.
flex, bro. I'm in.
And also just 8-man league. So I mean, I don't know.
All right, let's get into trades. I think that kind of sums up. I mean, there were some minor ones, but I don't think we have to go into every single.
No,
ad
I
this
agree.
week. There are some defenses picked up, spent some money, Bills and Packers, for example. Robin, I think Logan picked them up. Congrats on your defense. They look good this week.
Yep.
Enjoy it.
So, with that being said, I think the kind of going from least importance to most importance on the trade, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Logan traded Chris Olave, and Kevin received Logan got Chris Olave. Kevin received Amari Cooper. I think that's pretty much a wash, to be honest. Cleveland looked really bad.
Honestly, I have no opinions on it.
I do.
I
So
don't
I will
care.
give the opinion because I'm the
Yeah,
only one
go
who
ahead.
does.
Go ahead.
I think that, as much as I don't like saying it, I think Kevin won the trade by a lot.
With Amari?
By a landslide. I think he won this by a lot. Because
If
Michael Thomas did look good, and Jarvis
Logan-
Landry looked really good and really used. So you're looking at maybe the 3rd string wide receiver for a team that's got Jameis Winston as a quarterback. Could still be a good thing, but I admit, bad quarterback on the Browns, but you're
So the
you're
only reason
guaranteed
you get
they're going-
Amari is if you're thinking in the future.
Yeah.
That's the only
But with
reason you
Amari,
get him.
you sure also you think
I
future,
have,
but
I have
even
no problem with him going
even
to
if you're
get
thinking in
it.
the present, I like him because I agree, not as good of a quarterback right now with Amari, but you're looking at guaranteed that the number 1 option in wide receiver for the Browns versus very potentially the 3rd for the Saints.
That makes sense.
It's hopeful, but it's
I think there's touchdown upside potentially with Olave because he's going to be played in various roles that Amari Cooper is not able to play or doesn't play, being slot and outside. But I can understand completely. Come postseason time, I think Amari Cooper is much more impactful than Chris Olave.
Can we just be honest what happened here? Logan went and got his Ohio State boy.
That's right.
but also he won. Oh wait, no, he's an Ohio State boy.
Yeah, Chris
Olave's
Olave.
Ohio State.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Michael
That's
Thomas is
what
also
happened.
Ohio State. That's what I was thinking.
And
Michael
Logan's
Thomas is
going to
their
search
slot
for
guy.
Michael
by the way.
Thomas here shortly.
Michael Thomas is the slot guy. So Olave is the second. Well, you know the weird thing is Thomas is slot and Landry's kind of a slot player. So that's weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
The whole thing's weird.
Olave.
So now I think we should go to maybe the first trade of the year that happened that was serious and not Will and Jordan. Potentially.
Oh, Kevin. Oh, this was the first trade.
Yeah, it was
right.
the first real trade. It was between myself and Kevin. It was made Friday.
Okay.
And
It wasn't on my list.
it's
So, yeah.
it was I obtained both Rams running backs and
It jump started shit. I'll tell you that.
Cam Akers and Darrell Henderson after Cam Akers put up a big 0 bomb on Thursday Night Football. And then Kevin received J.K. Dobbins, who's probably not going to play for the next 3 weeks. And the third target.
Not what you were saying when you were shopping him, bro.
That's right.
Where
And
was
then-
that when you were shopping him around?
Kevin got JK and DJ Chark, who's the 4th option on the Detroit Lions. So
Kevin, do you regret that trade at all?
He's got to. I don't know. I think maybe he's just like so. If you're so unwilling to have,
I think
this
it's three.
situation-
I think all three of us think Coleman won that.
I think Coleman just
Yeah.
yes. I wouldn't want to start. Well, Dobbins maybe eventually, but even when he
Dobbins
comes
is
back,
a future play, right?
but even when he comes back, you don't know when you can start him, so you're gonna start him at the wrong time. A lot of chances.
Plus-
To me, DJ Shark, no chance you want him. Like,
To me, that's a
He did score 13
overreaction to week one.
I still don't want him.
That trade right there is an
Yeah.
overreaction to week one, including because he had Henderson.
Yeah, that's I just didn't understand.
Even if
Henderson
it
looks
Akers is
like
booty,
he was
he has
going to be a
Henderson.
big deal. Like Henderson,
Yeah.
Like, and honestly, I liked that he was like, I even said during the game, I was like, okay, Kevin, now you don't want to see Akers come in because that means you have number 1 in Henderson. And he was like, yeah. But then you trade him away. It honestly, I think, was a good sign because you got the Henderson that you wanted Akers to be. Actually, you got even more because I thought for sure that was going to be a 50-50 split, and it was not even close. It was Henderson all the way.
Yeah.
There's a chance that Akers comes back and makes it the 50-50 split.
Kevin's reporting Dobbins practice fully today. So.
Yeah, he won't play.
Here's what I'll say.
And if he does, don't start him.
If Dobbs comes back fully healthy, I think you did win the trade, but I think that's a big if at this point.
But for me,
and he won't. I don't think he'll play this week, but if he does, are you going to be confident starting him this week? I mean, he's been incredibly questionable. Like, he's not going to be 100% when he comes back, if he comes back this week.
and I was honestly kind of getting a little desperate to trade JK.
We know.
Being the fact that I had Lamar Jackson. And even if J.K. Dobbins was healthy all 17 games, it's really tough in a running offense such as Baltimore to start the running back and the running back quarterback. And so it was at that point I really regretted trading him. And then once Kevin was like, I'm pretty much done with him, I was like, I'll give you J.K. and whoever I cut, like, today.
Kevin, I'm with you about don't trust what coaches say, but that's kind of my point because the coach was saying that Akers was a starter and that was a 50-50 split, and then all the players were also saying it too. Like, don't be surprised. It's not going to be that one-person backfield like we usually do, which I go by what they usually do, and they usually have one running back.
Future play, Dobbins will be better second half come play well. Very true. That could definitely
They did the opposite of what the coach would say. As far opposite as you can possibly go. They said 50-50 split and Akers was a starter. It was Henderson the starter and the only guy. That's why I'm saying, I mean, he's just going to do what he does every year. Like, McVay's going to play one running back majority. Right now, but it looks like Henderson. That's why I'm surprised.
I think it'll be 75-25, to be honest, unless there's an injury, and then it'll flip this the other way around.
I do as well.
All right.
Next on the list, what we got?
William.
Yep, go ahead.
William receives Tyreek Hill, Chris Godwin, and Raheem Mostert for James Conner, Mike Williams, and the now free agent Robert Woods.
Man, I had a lot of hopes for Robert Woods, and he just instantly, I was like, nope, I'm done with him.
So, I mean, he's coming off an ACL tear in a new environment.
Too deep in the Robert Woods.
Right.
He got dropped.
I mean, it is what it is.
I think we're James Conner and Michael. I guess let's talk.
Let's do it one by one.
What do you think?
And then we'll see.
What was your question?
So, do you regret
I regret
the trade a little bit. I tilted a little bit.
A little bit. It's not.
But
awful.
I don't regret it anywhere near as much as a lot of the trades I've made.
Yeah.
So Mike Williams, I regret, but I think he's still going to be great. I think he had a bad week. I think at the time I was just so down about how that week went, but I think he's still going to be great, especially with Allen gone right now.
I like that you got Tyreek Hill for him now. Don't say that. I like that you got Tyreek Hill.
But I definitely won that, the Tyreek Hill versus Mike Williams, regardless.
You won that portion.
So and I did want, and the thing is I wanted a wide receiver that's going to be consistent, and I think Tyreek will be consistent if you just look at the targets.
Mike Williams is very volatile.
Now the rest of it, the thing is I am James Conner. I actually do like. The thing is, if that team's down a lot, Conner could have problems, but he got a lot of receptions. We'll see.
Here's where it is, though. Conner versus Godwin. I mean, Conner easily wins that. I don't know if Godwin's...
He does easily-ish win it, but
not.
If Godwin... What?
Godwin played like a quarter.
He got injured in the third quarter.
But he didn't play
so
all
it's
the
not
drives.
even...
But the thing is he wasn't supposed to play at all. It was all offseason. They said Godwin is not going to play this game. And he got 3 receptions for 35 yards. I mean, he was not supposed to even play. And now they're saying that wasn't even a very serious injury.
I mean,
when he comes back, he's going to be the split wide receiver 1 for the Buccaneers. So, honestly, I was surprised he offered me that because Kevin offered me that. And I was like, my other problem, too, was I was having this issue where I couldn't start anywhere near the amount of players I wanted to start. Now I have a guy that if he comes back healthy, which I think he could at some point, like I think if they wait long enough, he'll come back healthy. I got a guy who can come back and be an incredible difference maker. My running backs were absolutely insane. I do somewhat regret it, but my running backs, we went through that already. I had too many, and I truly do believe that CEH maintains what he's doing. And I think that Patterson maintains it for half the season. Man. And then obviously I think JT maintains, and I think Jamal Williams has potentially even went with Swift healthy. And I think he could be good, really good if Swift gets hurt.
Yeah, that's the thing. I like Jamal Williams a lot more than a lot
I
of
wish
people
you could
do.
have sold CEH instead of Connor.
Me
Yeah, I love
too.
the trade.
Yeah.
I did too. Looking back on
that's
it,
where I'm at on it. I wish you would have given up. And I don't know if Kevin does the deal, honestly. For
I think Kevin does.
I don't think
there-
so.
no, Kevin. I think I had offered. I had
don't
tried
think
putting
he does.
Patterson and CEH in it, and he was
Because
just
why would he?
no-go.
Honestly, why would he do that trade? For like, yeah.
because Kevin's got shitty running backs. That's why. Kevin is if J.K. Dobbins.
I knew I was going to get offers with a few of the teams that had no running backs because I had a lot, and I did get some offers, and Kevin was one of the ones that needed it. And my mind, I think, went to Kevin needs a running back. That's why he's offering me this amazing trade. And looking back, I was like, maybe Kevin swindled me a tiny bit.
If Kevin needs running backs, because if Dobbins doesn't play this week, he has to start both Jaguars. And we're going to get ready to get into it. Sorry. So the final trade of the week, and the 4th out of 4 that Kevin was involved in.
Kevin's a busy
Mike
man.
Williams again.
Yeah, Mike Williams has been shot. Wow.
Yeah, Mike Williams gets shopped again, and Damian Harris.
Kevin.
Mike
Oh.
Mike gets those for DK Metcalf and James Robinson. And this is the hot take at this table.
We're
So
Right,
Coleman,
let's
tell
split
me,
on this.
tell me why. What the fuck, Mike?
Mike
I want to
won-
hear.
Mike
I want to
won
hear.
this trade.
I want to hear what Coleman has to say. Why? What the fuck, Mike?
So what the fuck, Mike?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because James Robinson is a startable running back. Okay, we're gonna
Okay.
break this down into pieces.
Do it,
Okay.
yeah.
Were you
Ja-
just insulting him a minute ago?
Oh, 100%. And I'm not done insulting
go ahead.
So
Mike.
it doesn't count.
No, let
Paul-
him finish. Let him
So
finish. Let him
James
finish.
Robinson,
Yeah.
what the fuck, Mike? He's a startable running back.
Is Damian Harris
Go
not?
ahead.
Just a quick question.
Go-
Is he not?
I'm gonna get to it, but
Go
no,
ahead.
the entire New England running back committee
That's
and
fine.
everybody except for their wide receiver one are you can't start them because they're so damn inconsistent.
Okay.
If New
Who's
England's
their wide receiver one?
Devontae Parker.
Devontae Parker
not.
or
It was.
It's Myers.
It
Jacoby
doesn't
Myers,
matter. It doesn't matter.
either
if
one
you
of those
don't.
two, I think. I guess you could start maybe for a flex play.
So James
But-
Robinson. Let's
So
get into that,
James,
yeah.
so James Robinson for Damian Harris. We're gonna break this down into
Sure, let's do it.
two one
Yeah,
player
let's do it.
trades. James Robinson is definitely an RB2
This
play.
one's less significant.
I do.
No, I'm getting to it. James Robinson is an RB2 play or a flex one.
Okay.
100% week in, week out, because Jacksonville has been notorious for using the running backs.
Yep, okay.
James Robinson has literally won this league
Okay.
for being James Robinson.
Pre-Achilles tear.
But he came out.
I like him,
week.
I'm just saying.
He comes out week one
You're
and
just
dominates.
switching your tune a little bit on James
No,
Robinson.
I mean, man, James. I mean, I'm not.
Last week we had 2 weeks ago you were so hard against James Robinson. He goes out and gets one good game and you are completely flipped.
But compared to Damian Harris, who is unstartable, because Bill Belichick has.
He's not unstartable.
He's unstartable
Okay,
for me.
ask me what the difference between Damian Harris and Ramondre Stevenson versus James Robinson, Travis Etienne.
It's the
It's
exact same-
situation.
70-30 versus 50-50.
No, it's 50-50 for both
It is
of them.
50-50 for
It's
both.
50-50 for both of
It is.
them.
No.
And
way.
Travis
You wanna look at
Etienne
something?
went and drafted Travis Etienne.
Okay, here is Robinson's carries. 11 carries, 1 reception. Here's Damian Harris. Damian Harris had 9 carries, 2 receptions. AKA 1 solo
It's
different
50-50.
stat.
But he had that run.
Who's better, ETN or Ramondre Stevenson?
Ramondre Street.
No.
Yes.
So
Just no.
Yes.
I don't want to get away from it here. James Robinson's slightly better than Damian Harris. Yes, I'll give you that.
Okay.
But it's
Slightly,
not,
I agree.
yeah, it's not like night and
Crazy
day.
slight.
I will say James Robinson has the mystique of being better because of what he did last
The difference
season.
is one's coming
And
off
that's
an injury.
why I wanted to sell him. And apparently I should have sold him for more because I didn't realize everyone was in love with James Robinson so much.
Also, he had like a breakaway touchdown that was like 40 yards that really helped him out a little bit. And saying that he's you as a must start James Robinson every single week, and then Damian Harris is a never start is just a crazy thing.
I'm not saying he's a never start, but
So-
James Robinson's a flex 2 start, or not James. Damian Harris at best is a flex 2 start.
Well, we
in my
haven't even
opinion.
talked about the main part of the trade.
Mike Williams
Wait, can I
gets
go ahead.
traded to Mike for DK Metcalf.
Okay, explain to me why I lose with that one.
Okay.
Please.
The reason you lose,
And I have notes to follow up with this, by the way.
fan fucking
I am
tastic.
fucking excited to hear that.
Fan fucking tastic. DK Metcalf,
Yep.
wide receiver 1 on the
Right.
Seattle Seahawks.
Right.
No questions.
Yep.
Mike Williams, wide receiver 2
Okay.
to maybe 1.5
fine.
to maybe 3.75.
Okay.
You don't fucking know. James Palmer,
But I
Keenan
do know.
Allen,
But I do know.
Gerald
We
Everett,
do
Austin
know. We
Eckler.
do
All those options are
Yeah.
there. And it
Were
doesn't.
those options there last year though?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Keep going.
No, you go.
No, it's you.
you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So there is a boom or a bust factor with Mike Williams.
And you could say the same thing for DK.
I mean,
Actually, it's almost worse because DK can boom, but also when DK gets receptions, he got 7 for 36 yards.
okay, but Geno Smith is going to feed the man,
Geno Smith, you just said it.
but there's nothing. I mean, Geno Smith is not a top 20 quarterback.
Right,
You
right.
can't argue that. But they still have to pass the ball, and Seattle's going to be so damn bad most of the season and down 2 scores that they're going to have no choice but to throw it to the big man because
Right.
Tyler Lockett's so small and not going to be
Right.
open.
No, he's
They're-
gonna have his good games. Like I'm the biggest DK fan in the league. I hope you know that. I love DK. Like you're not telling me anything I don't know. I know he's an elite wide. In like real life, I never do this, but it's fantasy. Do you have any more points or?
You go ahead.
Okay,
Well,
so I did a little research last year.
Sorry, I got to take my trash
I
out.
did a little research from last year, and here are the stats between DK and Mike Williams. DK had 75 receptions. Mike Williams had 76. Targets, DK had 129. Mike Williams had 129 as well. Yards, DK had 967. Mike Williams had 1,146 yards. DK had 12 touchdowns. Mike Williams had 9 touchdowns. DK played 17 games with Russell Wilson.
Half of them.
No, 14 of the games. Wilson only missed 3 games.
But
I
he
looked it up.
got hurt.
And one of them then, so we can do 13 games. That's fine. Mike Williams played 16. Total fantasy
And was also hurt.
points. Yeah. Total fantasy points. Mike Williams had 208.6 points. DK had 206.2. The only thing that's changed between the two situations is that DK doesn't have Russell Wilson anymore.
Nor are they.
They're also
nearly-
both 6'4", they're both very fast.
This reaction you gave was completely biased based off week 1. That's all I want to say.
Everything was the
That's
exact same except for Williams' yards.
I sold
Yeah.
high on James Robinson and DK to get Mike Williams, who has potential to be a top 10 wide receiver.
Also,
which is what he did last
just really quick, because I'm enjoying this shitting on Coleman. The difference between last year, you know, the league winner, James Robinson, and Damian Harris. Last year, James Robinson was the running back. Ooh.
He got hurt. Missed the last
Well,
four games.
Okay, do you want to do points per game?
And I don't want to gang up on Coleman either, by the way, because I don't mean that.
James Robinson, just for this part, was the running back 25.
Okay.
Do you know what Damian Harris was?
Probably like running back 19.
8.
No.
Played 15 games.
But-
You want to know how much James Robinson played? He played 14. One game different, and he dominated it.
So
Dominated it.
that's
But
our
one's a
discussion.
must
That's our
start, one's
discussion
a
on the
never.
trade. Let's just end
I'm
it there. We
never
go forever.
starting
We
Damian
go forever.
I agree.
But I respect
Ramondre
the reaction, though.
was hurt too.
The one difference is he's coming off an Achilles tear, and the other one is not. And the third string running back for the New England Patriots is now out for the season.
Yeah,
Like it's actually
It's 50.
nuts.
It's kind of the same situation. I will say I'd rather have James Robinson than Damian Harris. It's a move point.
After that first game, yeah.
It's a move point, like Kevin said in the chat. It doesn't matter. We're all gonna have our opinions about it. But
Just say it.
I didn't mean to gang up on you. I feel like I ganged up on
Nah,
you.
you're good.
Okay, so yeah. Okay.
I just want to make a point.
Shit
So-
talking of the week.
Shit
presented
talking
by-
of the week. Coleman Bike.
Kevin, you're probably right, but also, do you think at the end of the season, do you think ETN will be better than Robinson, or do you think Robinson will be better? Because I think it's the same situation on both fronts, and it's like you know. Let's go rankings, right?
Yep.
Rankings it is. All right, we're
Can't
gonna
pull
start
them
with the
up here.
last place person.
Yep. So
Here we go.
Oh, this is crazy. All right.
I couldn't believe this when we saw it, dude. Like I was.
I think people
I was
have
shocked.
I think people have a bias against trades. People,
I think they do too. Like when you trade a bunch, it kind of makes it like it makes your team like
bad.
you're not sure what they're gonna do. It's kind of unpredictable.
Bad.
Not saying that this is the bad team, but they have potential. But coming in at 10 is actually Kevin.
Yeah, weirdly.
So
And also, I want to say he's the only team that is 1-0 that is not even in the top 5. So
Well, I
It's a little
don't
weird.
understand like why, because I know we didn't rank them low, right? You didn't rank them low.
Oh, I ranked Kevin at 9.
Oh, you ranked them at 9. Okay.
Yeah,
So
Kevin's
I'm
got
listening to
shit
you,
running
okay.
backs.
I had him at 8.
Kevin's
Oh,
got
shit,
shit
okay.
running backs. He's
I
not
thought he
gonna
was a
get.
top 5 team, but I
This is
guess
like
I'm alone on
there's
that.
some-
I don't know.
There's some teams I thought were worse. That's why I'm
Yeah, so
like
I mean, I guess he took some risk.
I thought I
mean,
was being unique when I put him down there.
What does this team look like? Can we pull it up real quick?
I can pull that up right now for you. Kevin, there he is. He's got wide receivers out the wazoo, although they're not
Yeah,
as good
but
as they
his
were.
running back is like Connor. I mean,
He's got James
good.
Robinson on every day.
James Robinson, that's an RB1 right there.
I said
Holy-
RB2.
I know, just kidding with you. Oh man, but no, I mean, I think DK is scary. You know, he's got J.K. Dobbins. He's got some question marks. We're all fucking with you. Kevin is not 10, so
He's already in the group chat. Cheers. Cheers.
okay.
Oh, you gotta go get one. You have to.
Kevin is not 10. We kidding with you. Coming at
pull it
number
back up.
10. Do you want to tell him who's 10, boys?
Yep. So number 10 in the league is surprisingly not me. It is Mr. Michael.
Yours truly.
And
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think we've already gone through it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
What are they saying in the chat?
Well, Ferris is asking who won this week. I'm wondering what he means, so I was going to ask. If you mean like who got the highest scoring points this week, I can show you. It was 140 points for Robin. He won our league last year. He's annoyingly.
Yeah, Robin had a good week. You can watch the chat, but
Yeah, but go ahead, keep going.
no, it's me at last. I mean,
Yeah,
I think it's week 1 bias. I really do. But that's my standpoint, right? It's my team, so I don't want to harp on. I understand it.
Well, I can
really
talk
do.
about your team for you.
Yeah, please do. Because I think it's a lot of week 1 bias. People didn't hit.
Rest in peace, Steve.
RIP.
Kyler Murray ended up being okay for you, and Joe Mixon was good.
No touchdown.
But he was good.
touchdown
He was good.
whatsoever.
But that's what Joe Mixon's not a super touchdown guy. He always gets points from Joe Mixon's really good.
yeah.
It's a good pick. It was good. And then everything else.
Yeah. I mean, can we
Like, not even. Oh my God, your bench was even terrible. My God.
It's bad.
It was brutal.
This is why I ranked you last.
And-
Well, of course. Yeah. I mean, you got 1 week of body of work with it.
Agreed. But the problem is like these 3 guys I had, and even he's questionable. He didn't play, so that could be
no, that's
helpful.
crazy.
But these 3 guys I had a lot of hope for, and then also him, and
And Cortland Sutton.
no, those are others. I mean, Cortland Sutton, you can live with 9 points. Aaron Jones, you can live with 9 points. They're both disappointing, but you can live with it. You don't have Mike Williams. You didn't have Mike Williams.
At DK.
But these 3 getting you a total of 3 points is just especially
shocking.
Devontae Smith getting 0, absolutely 0. Not a catch is so scary.
So,
Yeah.
And
I mean,
these
we
are like
know.
the 2 scariest people in the league that were drafted decently to be good wide receivers.
Yeah.
In terms of all of them, these are the 2 that scare me the absolute most,
Yeah.
especially that one. But you put high draft capital in them. So
All right. We'll see if they play out. We kind of.
Allen Robinson I still have hope for,
Yeah, I do too.
which is weird because he's the one that's like the scariest. I don't really have hope for Devontae because I don't think that's going to be I don't think they're ever scaring more points than that, and he got 0. Ever.
Mm-hmm.
It's clearly A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
So
It
and
is.
Goddard and running. So Devontae Smith scares me so much. And then obviously Allen Robinson scares me so much too, but not on that level.
We'll
For
see what
sure.
happens with it, but
Yeah.
we move on to 9. We've
Yep.
talked on my team enough tonight.
So number 9
RIP
was
Steve.
the other Lovett brother. He comes in.
Which
At,
I don't understand why he's 9. I really don't.
He scored the 5th most points.
If we're being
I get
so
why he's
week
9.
1, I guess the injuries.
The injuries are why.
It's got to be the injuries because like
Najee
if
Harris
we're
could
reacting
miss
to week 1
significant
like
time.
that-
T. Higgins could miss a game,
Yeah,
and
It's-
Keenan
it's
Allen
the
will
injuries.
miss a few weeks for sure.
it's definitely the injuries
And
because
then-
if you fully healthy team.
However,
he's
the
pretty-
Jeff Wilson pickup, a lot of people ranked before that, so that could have changed it because I mean, having Jeff Wilson really helps that team a lot. Actually,
and the upside's there for sure.
yeah.
And then you look, but I think a lot of doubt is you look onto his bench. If T. Higgins doesn't play
If Najee doesn't play, he's the one
and
that's gonna
Najee
really-
doesn't play, then you're playing Alexander Madison and Traylon Burks.
Honestly,
No,
he's playing Renfro for sure.
Yeah,
He'll play
Renfro.
Renfro, and then he's gonna play. Honestly, that's when it's like, okay, you play Renfro, and then you play one of these other guys.
Yeah.
that's the problem.
And so that's the scary part, and I can understand it. But when healthy comes back, I expect Brad to go up. for sure.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Brad definitely is on the cusp of being ascending team, which I guess he did go up one spot.
Yeah.
So kudos to him.
And then at the end of the day, this is only week 2. It's a judgment power ranking, so it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, it's all.
And Ferris,
I mean-
bye weeks are important-ish, but they're also like, if you play based off of buys, especially in this league with the amount of trades, it's a bad idea. You just don't want to even think about them. Just
Yeah, you
let
don't
the
wanna
buys
think about
happen.
it too
Yep.
much. You just
If your
kinda
team's
let it
not good
roll.
enough to make it, if a buy affects you, then it's not good enough in general. And if you have all your buys in one week, that means you don't have them later. You just want to leave buys alone. Don't even think about them. Just leave
Yeah.
them.
All right, so at 8, who we got? It's this big guy.
It's the fat man.
No, stop.
It's the dad.
Oh
to be.
man, the soon-to-be daddy.
No, that's not Coleman.
That's
Jordan.
Dolphin.
I
Or
misclicked.
Dalton.
There he is. Small PP man.
Small PP man.
The big guy with the small PP.
All right, Coleman. So you have Eckler, Josh Jacobs, Lamar Jackson.
Damn, you're projected 115.
That's a good projection, yeah.
I was projected 120 last week too.
And that's with a not even great tight end.
These projections,
Our ass.
Imagine if you
I
put
don't understand.
if you
them.
yeah, I like to before the
15
I like to
from Darrell
before my
Henderson?
game starts, I like to put the people with high projections in that won't
This is
start.
insane.
You should be putting in Michael Carter in right there to make your projection look
Yeah, you should,
a little
yeah.
bit more
Yeah.
sweet.
So why are you starting Darnell Mooney? I'm surprised over Michael Carter or someone.
I'm still
I'm
trying
not
to
surprised.
I'm still trying to figure out the Jets offense, to be honest.
Yeah.
Brees Hall had that fumble.
It's Cleveland too, and
Yeah.
Cleveland just shut down McCaffrey.
Yeah, so I think that's a big part of it. And I still have hope for Darnell Mooney. I understand he
Brad
had
was 9.
I understand he had a bad week 1. I mean, but the weather in Chicago was absolutely pathetic.
Yep.
They shouldn't have been playing football in that. I mean, I understand they're in the NFL, but like that's embarrassing. It led for a cool cover photo for the NFL.
It's so hard for in your situation to choose between Brees Hall and Carter, but you can choose Mooney. So
Yeah,
one more week of trying that is definitely worth it. Now, if he plays bad that week,
yeah.
that's a change.
If he comes out and gets 1 target for 0 receptions again, then I think you can move on from him at that point. I still have hope. Eckler didn't score a touchdown. Jacobs didn't score a touchdown. Mike Evans is questionable, which is new today. But as long as he plays, then we're good. If he doesn't play, I'm putting Darnell Mooney into that, and then probably starting Michael Carter.
Do you think you deserve the 8th spot? Where do you think you should be?
I have you 6. I
I
was gonna say I like your team. I don't think I ranked you low, and I didn't. I ranked you 6, which is a lot higher than I ranked you last week.
I mean, I'm surprised to not be 10, to be completely honest. When you come out week 1, you drop 85 points. It's pretty embarrassing. It's pretty pathetic. I know there wasn't a ton of big scores in the league outside of 140 from one person.
Thing is, this week Eckler's gonna go. He's gonna go berserk.
Yeah.
This is the week. If he doesn't, though, it's
If he
scary.
doesn't, it's scary. But he's going to. He's gonna go berserk.
Yeah, I
Josh
think-
Jacobs versus Arizona that could be his best opportunity because I think
Yeah.
Arizona's defense is terrible.
And then Debo plays Seattle. That they're bad.
Defensively, I don't think they're that bad.
The NFC East. That for Mike Evans if he plays.
So
I mean, Fryermuth.
I like your team because usually I think with your teams in the last 3 years you actually have had pretty good starters, but your depth has been terrible, and I think your depth this year is actually good. Like I love this. I like this. I like your entire depth. You got a handcuff when you need a handcuff. You got a couple of them. And then you got a bunch of good potentials. I think I like your team.
That's kind of what
team to win.
my goal was.
I hate Josh Jacobs though.
Yeah, I get it.
But yeah, I think you have a good team. I think you win a game. I think your ranking goes up quite a bit because you do have a lot of potential.
game of runs, man. Get
Yep.
one.
The next team on that list is going to be Dalton, right?
Yep.
Dolphin.
Mr. Dolphin.
And this is one of the most interesting teams in the league for me. I'm lower on Dolphin than most people, I think, after seeing it. I like the potential, the longevity of it. We'll have to see.
Can you scroll down, please?
Sorry. Pete Carroll being the worst coach of all time is a little bit weird to me.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. I definitely don't like his flex start. What he's gonna have to do probably
The
with
injury
McKissick. Yeah, he's got the injury bugs here, suspension bug.
Ooh, that
I guess that's pretty damn tough. If you want to make a trade, Dolphin, hit me up. I mean, I got running backs for
Open the trades
days.
too.
Like,
looking at it this
Anybody
way, it looks a
trade
lot
him, man.
worse than I imagined.
Yeah.
Where did I rank Dolphin at?
It's the injury. Like Elijah Mitchell injury.
I ranked him
hurts
7.
yeah,
It's okay. I mean, Mahomes great, Cook great, but and then I like Deontay a lot, and I like Kelsey a lot. But the thing is, his in the middle road players are really bad right now.
Yeah.
Hopkins will come back, but other than that, he doesn't even have. I mean,
Are we
Got
sure
a lot of
Hopkins will
holes.
be good?
no, we're not sure.
And then Kenneth Walker coming off a hernia surgery. That's scary. I mean,
But
there's a lot of question marks there.
He's the ultimate advantage with Kelsey though at tight end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That-
Unfortunately, I think Kelsey.
That's a
I didn't think
that's
Kelsey
like a
was going to be
12-point
as good
swing
as he
weekly.
was.
That
So,
and that stack is big too. You know, if
Yeah.
Mahomes and Kelsey get 2 touchdowns, that changes a weekly matchup.
four
he
players
got-
can win a week.
He got 119 points last week. He ended up getting the points. Yeah, I mean it's big. We'll see how Elliott works. I don't think Elliott loses anything with that quarterback injury. I think he gets more work, but he's less efficient. I think it kind of levels out. I think Deontay Johnson stays really good while he's healthy. You do not want him to get injured. You don't want any injuries. An injury hurts your team a lot because I already don't like to be starting Lockett and McKissick. That's rough.
Yeah. So it's pretty brutal.
Number 6.
William.
That is me. Me.
William.
The last of the defeated teams, because the rankings did go all the defeated
Right,
teams.
and this
all
is where the
undefeated
tier
teams.
breaks off to me. I think after this, the next 5 are a tier above, of course.
So you're also with the wins and losses thing.
No, I just think it's definitely. I think it's divided. I think the 5 best teams won, honestly.
Yeah.
Just how it is.
So-
I mean, even though that doesn't
CD's
always happen.
CD's
but-
projection went up. That's weird.
Yeah. So this is I think your team is the biggest boom or bust in the NFL / SureFire fantasy because outside of Jonathan Taylor, I would not be surprised if every school player except for Trey Lance
I
scored
literally
bluff.
have the most consistent player in the league. Right
But Brandon Cooks is one guy. If
now. I know,
Court
I'm just saying though.
But-
He's
Tyreek Hill's pretty
Like-
consistent. I'll say that.
Brandon Cooks is good for 10. Tyreek is guaranteed 6. But outside of that, like if CeeDee Lamb scores another 5 because Dallas can get him the ball, you're not surprised. If Cordell
Yeah.
Patterson gets shut down, you're not surprised. If CEH doesn't get as much work on the goal line, you're not surprised. Like if Kittle doesn't play again, you're still not surprised. If Claypool doesn't do anything, you're not surprised. I mean, do I need to keep going because I'm not surprised?
These are true. These are true.
Like you
but
are
also, you're not surprised that Jonathan Taylor gets 30. You're not surprised that Trey Lance gets 30. You're not
Yeah.
surprised if CeeDee Lamb gets 30 or Tyreek Hill gets 30
The
or
potential's
Kittle
there.
gets 30 or Patterson gets 30.
right, and it's just
So
all,
I feel like if I get some busts and some bangs,
but it's just how
Bada
does it
bing,
line
bada
up?
boom.
bada boom.
At the end of the day, like the magic numbers between 110 and 115 to win a fantasy league weak in most situations, right?
Well, this team
And-
got 111.
Yeah, and
Without
you
with
lost.
Kittle not playing.
And you lost. With 111,
He
you
didn't score.
lost.
He
No, I
score
didn't get
111.
111. This
He's projected.
this
Oh.
got 111.
Okay, so if that happens,
The rain game really fucked me.
Do you think Will will score 111 this week?
no.
Do you want
You're
guys
right.
want to bet on
I will
that?
score
Yeah.
one. I will score 113 minimum. That's what ESPN says.
I would bet against that.
I won't bet against it. Damn. I mean, I agree with you.
Like,
You are right. This team could get 80, and this team could get 180. I mean, this team is just
this team could get 65, to be completely honest, too.
no, not with Jonathan Taylor.
Hey, Rubbin's racing. though.
Robin is racing,
Yeah,
boys.
Rubbin's racing.
Let's get on the
That's
F1.
part of
5
it.
lights. We're away.
Just
Here we
part of
go.
life, fantasy's boom and bust.
But Tua is good,
It's
and
not.
you're just wrong for saying that he's not.
Two is not.
The Dolphins were amazing last year when he came back. He didn't get fantasy points, but he is a team leader, and now he's got weapons. He didn't have weapons last year. Now he has weapons.
Yep. So, all right,
Number
moving.
5.
It is the first of the winners. It's Mr. Jordan.
I'm gonna say I think he should be higher than 5. That's my personal opinion.
I had him ranked 1, and then I looked the second time, and I switched it to somebody else.
He deserves higher because of one man and one man only, Saquon Barkley. I
That's I think why he's ranked low, because Saquon Barkley
love
got
me
30
some
points.
Saquon, bro. I
With
love
with
me
a
some
30 but with a
Saquon.
30-point Saquon week, which is not expected, and it's not something you're guaranteeing. It's not like a Jonathan Taylor 30 where it's like, well, if he doesn't get 30, he'll get 20. He could also still disappear. We're not sold on that yet.
And
I'm
the,
sold.
With that, he still got only 113. He was a lower scoring team.
and injuries are a real thing in the NFL
Right,
over
yeah.
a long season. And I think when you look over the last couple years, Saquon is not.
So I saw a
Consistent.
chat.
His depth is still
I
amazing.
want to bring
Oh,
up
it's great.
That's what I want to bring up. do you value depth in the fantasy league, or
Yes.
do you just look at starting lineup?
I value it a lot, but like a lot, especially when I look at other people's teams. That's when I value it more. When I have it on my own team, it kind of eats me from the inside.
The
Because
worst-
you want the all-star players, but
Well, no, it's not even necessarily that. It's that I don't know who the hell to start. Like, it was killing me having Patterson, who last year was the same
freaking
problem.
jersey,
I
bro.
wanted to start him all the time, and I kept not. There was times I didn't start him, and he went crazy. And it's just like having that guy who's on the cusp of being amazing, and can be sometimes on your bench. It's really helpful, but also it's like it hurts so bad.
and I value the depth, and I don't want to bring myself into this, but when I look at Jordan's team, it is very similar to my team, but just his boom players hit, like his boomer bust players hit
Yep.
on it. And
I agree.
It looks so good, though, because they all hit.
But he also
Lazard's
was,
probably going to hit, like Juju hit, in my opinion, 10 points. And he didn't even score a touchdown, right?
I mean,
Terry McLaurin had 11. Michael Thomas was the biggest hit for him with 20, I think.
there's a lot of teams. Yeah, I mean, look, his bench got 63, 20, 10, 14, 14. He
To
didn't
me,
have him.
Saquon's the biggest hit, too, because he was definitely a question.
Well, Saquon-
Like, he easily was a question mark.
Saquon saved him, and he did have a break.
Right.
We'll see how well that stays. I think Saquon is going to be really good this year. I
I think
think
so,
I don't
too,
think he's
yeah.
as good as everyone wants to think. I think it's kind of that week one here. He boomed.
I think low
We love
tier RB1. Is what it'll be.
But the thing is like there's so many teams that would love to be starting a lot of his bench players right, now.
Right.
Michael
That's-
Thomas.
Being able to start Michael Thomas,
Thomas.
Allen Lazard, Julio Jones, maybe even Taysom Hill, maybe Jarvis Landry, maybe. Like there's a lot of teams that want to be starting these guys.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's got
Sure.
all of those on the bench. I
So
mean,
the
that's
depth's
impressive.
there. That's why I'm kind of surprised he's at 5.
Yeah,
personally,
if
but-
Jordan
And Fournette looked a lot better than I expected.
Me
Fournette
too.
to.
Yeah,
I was
that's-
surprised.
I was
was
more
good.
impressed not by just like his football play for points, but just like his
Movement.
football play. Yeah, his
Movement.
blocking and his team commitment. He looked good.
Yeah. If Jordan hits the injury bug, I think
He'll be
Jordan
fine.
is still in a good spot. And I think that's
That's where
kind
the
of
depth
why
comes
you
in.
are. I agree with you that he's a little underrated. I'm not saying that he's a top talent, but I say that Jordan is at least a minimum of 4th. I don't think he's the worst of the week 1 winners.
I think a lot of people week one they don't know how to judge things yet, and they
It's
see that
still
he was
tough.
one of the lower scoring winners. So
Yeah.
I think that's
It's
probably
tough. It is tough.
why. Who's 4th?
This is not a joke. It's actually Kevin.
Kevin?
Yeah, Kevin. Now we got you. You won. You went from the consensus by far week number 1, and then you won your week, and now you're down 4th. You suck.
And I think Kevin's running back situation, even with James Robinson, is
James Conner is the RB1.
yeah, like
come
that's
on.
it's tough to say that the touchdown dependent guy.
That's a good RB1.
He's so touchdown dependent to say that he is going to be your RB1 every week in, week out. And
Probably, but he got 5 receptions.
I mean,
But you're right. I mean, the thing is though is compared to last week his RB1, which was ETN.
yeah,
Right?
It's definitely
like,
better.
That's
But
bad.
here's the thing. He lost Hill. with
He
all
lost
this
Hill,
trade.
but and I don't think Hill I think Hill's better than Connor. However, Hill compared to Connor, when you already have 2 wide receivers that are amazing and no other running back, I think that's better for him.
yeah. And then
We all agree on lost
the
that trade.
J.K. Dobbins potential injury that could linger. You know, even though I think Kevin won the trade,
Who do you start if JK can't play, Kevin?
he's got to start ET.
He's got to start ETN.
No, he's got good depth. No, if JK can't play,
Yeah,
He's
he's
gotta
got to
start
start ETN.
no.
Yes, he's
No.
got to start Jackson.
I would no, because he'd be starting Robinson and ETN.
That's what I'm saying. He's got to start him.
No.
Who are you going to start? Ramondre?
Hell no, you cap yourself so much. If you're taking the 2, Logan's already doing this, and it's like I kind of like it because
I
it's
don't
a
mind
better
it.
offense.
I
But
don't
on
mind
the Jaguars, you're taking both running backs on the Jaguars. If the Jaguars get blown out and they do their offense that they've done for years, that's a
Do
terrible.
you think
stack.
he should start
He
Ramondre?
has amazing depth. He has Amari Cooper. You start Amari Cooper.
No.
I would start
No.
Ramondre, but you start Amari Cooper
No.
against the Jets. You do. You start
No.
Amari Cooper.
I start DJ Chark, to be honest.
Either way, I
would
think
start-
starting ETN.
I think I'd
is
try
great.
ETN.
I think choosing to go to
He said he
cap
put
yourself
Shark. He said he put Shark or Stevenson.
to cap yourself so hard that you have to start
So he
2
agrees
Jacksonville
with you.
running backs is
He
nuts.
agrees with you.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I can't believe you guys thought that. I'm shocked. It's blown
I'm
up.
just not sold on Stevenson or Shark at the moment.
I'm not either, but I'm definitely not sold on 2
I mean,
Jacksonville.
I guess
running
that's a good point. I mean, like we've talked about, Stevenson in the same scenario as the Jaguars backfield. I mean, it's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can see it. You know, I can see
but if you start Stevenson, you're not also starting Harris, so you're hoping that Stevenson's the
Right,
one that
no,
blows up.
I'm looking through your point. Like, that makes sense to me. You pick one or the other.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Unless you're the
So
Broncos.
second and third,
It's a tie?
it's
Second
a
and third.
tie.
Which one do you want to do first?
We'll go with Zach
Yeah, fuck Zach.
because Zach's not here.
Zach's
He's
a-
in
Zach's
Florida.
a bitch.
So Hingle McKingleberry is gonna catch an L this week, and I am honestly surprised.
Don't you just jinx yourself again?
I know it's fine. I'm surprised that this man is ranked tied for second.
Why?
I just don't love his team, man.
I don't either, dude.
Like-
I feel so bad not
What don't you like about it?
Like
his running backs I like,
Tom Brady,
but there's
is
no boom running back.
there's no rushing game for Tom Brady unless he gets a 1
the
yard.
least amount.
Like his rushing potential is 0.
And at some point, that drop off will happen, and it
Okay.
just seems like it. You know,
I mean,
He's
Brady's
40.
fine. Brady's
Brady's
fine.
fine.
He's
Brady's
whatever.
a fine QB
His-
star. I don't think that's
His
where
running backs.
I don't think that's where you start with the weakness.
His running backs are really good, or were really good last week. However, not a single one of them is the one I want to depend on. Even Chubb, who did really good because the team could just run the ball like crazy. Even Chubb can get vultured. Chubb's
did
great.
get vultured.
I know, and
Yeah.
but he still also did good. And Chubb is great, and I'd love to have Chubb on my team. However, I think he's capped on having that just massive blow up game like other running backs can have. And then these other running backs all did great, and they're all somewhat question marks. But just in general, I like the way it looks for them right
He's
now.
got a similar
Trending.
makeup to Jordan's team. That's why I like it.
And then Cooper Kupp,
It's
amazing.
amazing.
But DJ Moore is scaring me right now.
Right, but he has options. Jalen
But
Waddle,
he
St.
does have
Brown. I mean,
options.
those are even Singletary looks okay. Like if he had to.
He has options, yeah. But I don't like his options as much as I like a Jordan's. Like, I don't like him even close.
He has Waddle and St. Brown on the bench. That's pretty good.
Waddle
gonna
on the
edit
bench
it.
makes sense to me. St. Brown on the bench is tough. I feel like St. Brown should be starting over.
I'm not
Man,
gonna
it's
comment.
tough. See, this is one of those teams I don't like having on my own.
I would
because
love
I
to
don't.
have this problem.
I hate having
It's
this
a great problem to have.
This is so hard for me.
Honestly, I'm probably starting Josh Palmer
Maybe.
I
I
don't
mean,
think so.
against Kansas City with that.
Over who?
over AJ Dillon.
See, no, I'm not doing that. Against,
I'm not doing that
I'm not
either.
doing that. It's so fucking hard, man. I don't know. Zach's in a rough spot. His team
He's,
looks real,
he's totally in
he's
a
in
trade
he's
scenario.
in a good rough spot. He's in a good trade.
He's in a good trade scenario, so hit me up, Zach.
We've talked. He wants a lot, which understandably his players went off, and he wants to trade them for what they did.
Right. No, that's what everyone
you know.
knows, right?
Yeah, you just
Yep.
it just depends on what the other person's thinking. If they're trying to set.
I think deserving of the second place vote, though. I do.
I'll disagree,
Wish
but
I
it
was
is,
here so I could hug him.
it
Or
is
he
what
was
it
here
is.
so I could hug him. If I could talk.
And number I like to do to Cha-Cha just offered me a trade. What's good, Jordan?
I got a trade offer.
Number 2, the Mystery of Faith. Hoping his
That's Logan, by the way.
Yep.
In case people don't know.
Ooh.
You're out of your fucking mind, Jordan.
Dude, I'm taking
You're
that.
not even close. Are you high, drunk, or both?
All right, is this Logan? All right. Do you think Logan deserves second place?
I put Logan first, and I think he deserves first. I think.
So
his
what's
team
your
is-
argument for him being first?
I don't think there's a weakness on his team. I think his team is. I think the fact that he's starting Melvin Gordon and Javonte,
Mhm.
and it looks good like that. The thing is his team is so high on potential that
Mhm.
that like little cap of like possible like one of them going off means you guarantee getting the other one going off. And normally I would hate that. However, the rest of his team is nuts. Like when I first looked at his team before the season started, Josh Allen great, but then Javonte scared me. He scares me less now, especially having Melvin. Adams scared me a lot. Scares me a lot less now. Kirk scared me a lot. Scares me a lot less now. Kyle Pitts had a bad game and he went off. And I'm telling you, Kyle Pitts is not going to be bad this season. And then he's got Dameon Pierce on the bench. He's got Bateman on the bench. He's got Myers, who I'm telling you, Myers is the wide receiver one there on the bench. He's got Boyd on the bench, who could be really good if Higgins doesn't come back this week. He's just got... I will say his depth isn't as good as the last two teams we looked at, but his starters are crazy. And then we haven't even mentioned he's got Allen and McCaffrey. I mean, that's...
So what's your standpoint on it?
I personally think Logan's one of the premier teams right now.
I think we all think that.
But my biggest hesitation right now is what should be everybody's understanding that CMC just can't stay healthy.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, he's not the only guy with a running back that makes big impacts that can't stay healthy. It's the same thing with why I'm not big on Jordan's team. But at the end, I think CMC can get hurt and he would still be a good team. I just don't know.
You gotta train your brain not to let yourself think that CMC can't stay healthy.
But it's not if, it's when
It's
with him the
unfortunate.
last 3 years.
Just 2. It's 2. It feels like forever, but it's just 2. And he actually did play a decent amount of games last year. It does. I agree. It feels that way. But I think he is fully healthy, and when a player is fully healthy, a player is fully healthy. I think his chances of getting hurt, unfortunately, for me, are the same as Jonathan Taylor's. Maybe slightly more because he's a little bit older, but it's not crazy. I mean, look what Patterson's doing at 31 years old. They say running backs fall off at 27, and he's been great in his 30s.
But he didn't play his first 4 years at running back.
No, you're right. You are right about that. And he has been used to death, and his injury risks are higher than some people, but he also could not get
Here's my concern, and I absolutely love Javonte Williams. That's the biggest hit of the draft for me. I love him. Well, besides Saquon, right?
We'll still speak about Javonte.
I love it. I think it's going to work out so well
He
for him.
got more targets than he will ever get. There's just no way he's getting 14 targets.
I just think he looks just like the visual.
He
looks
has passed that test for a while.
He looks elite.
He has passed that test for a while.
My concerns are Kirk and Curtis Samuel. Those are the two.
Curtis Samuel, yeah.
I'm concerned about that.
But he's got some options.
But
he's
and I'm not trying to dog his team. It's a top 4 team for sure. I just the depth's concerning for me.
No.
But his upside's unreal. This is the same thing I said week 1.
Depth
I think
is very slightly concerning.
He's got the biggest upside in the league with CMC, Javonte Williams, and Devontae Adams.
He has the biggest upside. I agree.
If Kyle Pitts hits,
I
think he's
upside
easily
wise,
one for
yeah.
me.
Oh yeah, upside wise, this group right here is crazy.
Yeah, if Pitts hits, it's gonna be great. So not surprising for him to be 2 at all.
No.
We're being nitpicky here, but why
Tied
he's
2,
2
yeah.
1, yeah. But those are what my thoughts are with the Josh Allen.
I haven't.
QB1.
Can I ask where you guys have him ranked? I'm curious.
I
don't know
remember.
where I put him, to be honest.
I have him.
I think I had top 4 for sure.
He's definitely top 4, but I don't know where.
I don't remember where I put him.
The last team, the number 1 team, is last year's champion. He's already back.
I agree.
Robin.
I thought Robin.
Oh, Robin.
I do not agree with this. I think his team's good, but I have Robin ranked. I'm ranked 3.
He's a top tier team, right?
Yeah, he has to be. But
Question mark, Alvin Kamara at this point. We don't know what the rib injury. That's
Yeah.
concerning. He's got a bunch of Qs up there. What's going on? Swift. Swift always misses time in the middle of the week. He'll be fine.
yeah,
I'll tell you that right now. He never practices on
Pittman.
Wednesdays.
looking back on his team, he's got a riskier team than the last 2 we looked at, in my opinion. Though.
Yeah, he does.
It's
This
a
is
risky team.
Similar. I think it's similar to Logan's makeup.
Like-
It's definitely boom or bust.
I think Logan's starters are. I think Robin has a better bench a little bit.
I think
maybe.
Robin has better starter.
I don't think Robin has better starters.
I love Swift, love Pittman, love Brown.
I love Swift and
Yeah, I
Pittman.
think I might like.
Brown,
Actually, I
but-
think I like Logan's starter.
I think even with Swift, he could disappear. He can disappear in games. Kamara definitely. AJ Brown, you're still not. I mean, they scored 45.
I'm not
points.
like I love AJ Brown.
Davis.
Jalen Hurts is a little scary, but I do love AJ Brown. So
It's
it'll be all right.
It's a very good team.
Obviously, it's good. It's
Yeah,
one.
it's number 1.
But
And I really see. I like the potential. His bench is set with a lot of potential, and so Jordan's is kind of set with players that can just go into a lineup, and his is set with players that can go into a lineup, but also can become guys that are must starts.
what's your
It's
take on Chase Edmonds? Do you
so
like that
interesting.
start?
I like
the
the
start
start. I like the start. He did kind of what he did in Arizona before Connor came in Vulture.
Right.
He got receptions for 40 yards. He's such a good receiving back, and I don't think that ever goes away while being the number 1 carrier, which he didn't have in Arizona. So I think it wasn't a super high amount on the carries, but even if he's the number 1 carrier at all, the fact that he's going to get receptions, and if he gets goal line work, I think he's an low-end RB2, high-end RB3. So he's a good second flex.
I think he's a great flex play.
Yeah.
I definitely do.
I think the thing with Edmonds is I don't think he's going to give you giant boom weeks, but I also don't think he's
No.
going to give you bust weeks.
It's the bench for me. That's where I am not in love with it, but obviously he's one. We're being nitpicky here.
Yep.
Love his starting lineup. Do you have any thoughts before
I-
we close it out here?
I agree. So
What do you think the best wide receiver I can get at Terry? Terry McLaurin?
I'll give you Allen Robinson for him.
You can get better than that, but I don't know. Ooh.
Yep. So we ready to
That's
move
tough.
on to the
Let's move on to matchups. This will be quick, and then we'll wrap it up for the week. And it's been I think it's been a great pod, actually.
I loved
enjoyed
it. It's been fun. So we're gonna. You want to start with
Gabe
you?
Davis, James. I think that might be like your limit right there. Okay. I got me versus the team I ranked 1, which that's 2 weeks in a row. I've ranked the team I'm playing against 1.
You want to hit the matchup, or
Yeah.
and then we'll kind of.
No, not matchup. Box score. That'll play a video. We don't want that. Sorry. But yeah, it's me versus Logan. And again, we just went through
Logan.
these teams, so
Yep.
we'll just do like a quick which player in each position.
Yeah, it's gonna be really
So
quick.
his quarterback clearly beats mine. That we got the two running backs, the number 1 and 2 running back, both play bad defenses. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Jonathan Taylor edges that out. Obviously, I think you kind of have to say that, but that's close. And then he's got me probably on the Javonte versus Clyde.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who would you say is like the biggest impact player that is gonna make a difference for each team?
Tyreek
Like,
Hill for Will.
But he's got Javonte versus my CD. So
I
I think right here I'm very slightly up. My CD versus Tyreek, and that's so close. I think that's actually even too. Because Tyreek versus Adams, who do you take there?
Adams.
Adam,
Take Adams.
Yep.
CD versus Kirk.
Kirk,
You guys take Kirk over CD, right? That's crazy.
CD's scary, man.
dude.
He got 12 targets. I know that he looks a lot worse, but it's a little bit, I don't know, against Indiana for Kirk too, and I don't know, that's crazy. But if Kittle plays, then we got a somewhat even tight end battle. In fact, mine's projected more. I disagree,
Yeah.
but mine's projected more. You got Patterson versus Gordon. The thing is like I know Patterson can be bad, but even if Gordon does good, it means Javonte didn't do good. So in my opinion, for myself, and it's obviously my team, I think Patterson is the person I'd rather have in that situation.
And Javonte and Melvin Gordon.
No, but Patterson versus just the second running back for Denver.
Yeah,
And that's who you're
I
comparing
mean-
it to, really. Because if he's not the second, he's the first, and that means you drop Melvin down or he gets destroyed.
I think Logan wins. I'll just make my prediction.
Well, yeah, I
think
agree with that.
CMC, Javonte, Devontae.
Well, CMC doesn't beat John Taylor, but other than that, there's every
Right.
position
Right.
you can argue that he's better at,
Who's your biggest player difference on
except
there?
for
there.
Cooks versus
Coleman.
Samuel. I
Go ahead,
have that one.
So I think the biggest impact player is Devonte Adams coming into this week. Derek Carr did not look very good last week. He gave Devonte a ton of targets, a lot of impact. But one thing that wasn't addressed is the fact that Arizona just gave up a 45 bomber or 44 bomber. So
They say
if
their secondary is
bad,
Yeah.
yeah, they're one of
That
the
scares me
worst.
a lot.
They're definitely one of the worst defenses in the league. Can Derek Carr kind of tear them apart? Can Devonte Adams get 2 touchdowns? I think that's the big impact player. I think he's one of is a key matchup point and who you should watch to kind of decide, like, for me, who's going to make a win or a loss is if Devonte Adams can get into the end zone
So who you
twice.
got?
I think you look at 75% like chance, even though I want my team to win and hope they'll win. I think he's got a 75% shot of winning. I have the boom players that can boom. If they boom, that's good.
Who you got?
But otherwise, it's Logan.
Who you-
I got Logan.
Okay. All right.
That's good for me though.
Number 2. R.I.P. Steve.
Mike versus Robin. So the last ranked
you,
team versus the
Steve.
first ranked team.
Oh man, let's go.
So for me, the impact player of this matchup, the one that is going to make or break, is Mike Williams, and I think it's pretty common to say with Keenan already ruled out, is Mike Williams going to step up and make that big wide receiver 1? The man could do 30 points, the man could do 6 points. We're not sure in between,
Right.
but if Mike gets 30, I think he makes a run for his money. There's a lot of different options. He also neutralizes the fact that Justin Herbert is Robin's quarterback.
Yeah.
Mike's in a weird position here though because Robin's got a lot of questionables, and I didn't know about DeAndre Swift's ankle injury.
He doesn't practice.
Every
Yeah, that
Wednesday.
happens a lot. Okay, but
Yeah.
Kamara, if
Kamara's
Kamara
the
doesn't play, that
question
helps
mark.
Mike a lot. And
Kamara-
even if Kamara does play, I think Kamara's limited. I mean, it helps.
Don't do it, Will.
I'm not picking Mike.
Thank you.
I'm just
Oh my
saying.
god, you picked me last week, man. I was like, oh
I'm
god.
just saying though. I think there is a road where you could win.
Yeah. There's definitely a road where it's there. And I think for me, it comes down to his wide receiver positions. 1, Mike Williams, and then 2, does Denver decide to throw to the wide receivers in the first half?
My X factor is Aaron Jones for me. That will be the tell.
Well, you do need something on Aaron Jones.
Yep.
You need
We'll
that
see
to
what
happen.
happens with him.
You also really need Adam Thielen to
I think he will
bounce back.
I think he will.
Yeah, that one. We'd be
interesting.
crazy to pick the last ranked team over the first ranked team in that situation.
Yep.
In fact, in me and Jordan's situation, it was 5 or 6, wasn't it? And that one's
Plus
last
20
one.
spread, Kevin. Oh my God, Kevin. I want to.
Of course, I have you beating me, Logan. I'm not playing. We're not playing that jinx game. You're gonna beat me for sure.
Oh, Kevin.
We got a couple lower projections here in Dalt versus Brad. I think that's because injuries for Brad. Well, actually, no, it hasn't even taken into account yet. This one's gonna be tough to predict.
Yeah, this might be the weak matchup that's the closest here. And
This is the biggest matchup of the week too. These two, they got some beef with one another.
Yeah, these two, they're at each other's throats. I heard they're gonna throw real hands, and
Brad's gonna throw his second knee in there.
Yep, throw it in there, bro.
I think Deontay Johnson's a big target here. Can Deontay?
It's first New England. That's tough.
Yeah, can he be effective as the wide receiver one like Pittsburgh wants him to do?
Thing is I think Cincinnati versus Dallas is a juicy matchup, especially if Higgins comes back.
Juicy.
If Higgins comes back, I think you're getting a touchdown from one, if not both of them, against Dallas. If Higgins comes back.
If Najee plays,
But-
Brad wins.
Oh, man.
I disagree. I think the best thing that could happen for Brad is Najee doesn't play.
You're crazy.
Nope, because if he's
Crazy.
going to be limited and only get 10 snaps,
It's just such an unknown. You know, sometimes someone's limited and they come back and it seems like they're full health. Sometimes someone's limited and then they literally just don't play the
Najee
game.
plays, Brad wins. Send it now.
I'm on the other train. I think this is Jordan's game to lose.
It's not against
Dalt.
Jordan. It's against
Or Dalt, sorry.
I don't.
But you're right. It is
I
Jordan's
would.
to
What
lose.
the thing is so my X factor is Brad wins. In my opinion, I hope I don't. Brad, I don't think I jinxed you, buddy.
I think you did.
Here's the thing, Brad wins this game solely on the flex positions alone. I mean, Lockett and McKissick is just so.
Yeah.
It's just bad.
Don't hit
And
me up, man.
Brown
I
versus
wanna
Wilson
trade.
is
wanna
actually.
trade
I mean,
Brown.
Brown and Wilson are good. So now, if Brad has bad injuries, then that evens out. If Higgins and Harris don't play, but if they do, I don't see Brad. Well, I'm not saying I don't see Brad losing, but Brad has the advantage.
There's just no way he loses.
Nah,
this week.
nah.
No way. No, just kidding.
All right,
This is a tight
Zach
one.
versus Coleman. So it's our 2 team and our 8 team.
Yep.
Well, maybe even 3 team if you want to call Zach a third. You're technically last in the league.
Yeah.
I just think your team is better than the last. I think you did have some bad performances.
Mm-hmm.
Eckler, you drafted first round, and he.
Did not give you.
I don't think he's gonna be as good as we. My opinion is I don't think he'll be as good as we
Unfortunately.
want him to be, but I still think he's gonna be a lot better than that was. And against Kansas City, that should be his blow up game. We talked about that already. Josh Jacobs versus Arizona. I hate Josh Jacobs, but against Arizona, he's okay. This one's tough. Zach's team just looks really good. His starters look really good.
My upset of the week is Coleman beating Zach.
Brady is really bad against New Orleans.
I don't even think it's.
I don't think Miles Sanders will perform. the
Gibson
way he
against
did.
Detroit's gonna be good.
Yeah, that
Chubb
would be good.
versus New York Jets is gonna be good. Cup versus Atlanta's gonna be good. Moore has a much better chance at being good against the Giants. Andrews is always good. AJ Dillon versus Chicago. This should be good.
I take it back. I got Zach.
I just
I
don't
take it
see
back. I
Zach
didn't even look
losing
at the
this.
matchup.
Good.
Zach,
Bet against me.
You got it.
Bet against me.
Congrats, man.
Last matchup is Jordan versus Kevin.
Ooh.
Jordan's projected 116. Is that the second highest projection? Might be.
I got Jordan because I think his running back play will outweigh Kevin's running backs and flexes. I
So-
think his running backs and flexes are better than Kevin's.
Yeah,
So-
I got Jordan too. Because
And the
you look at
Juju
some of
and-
the matchups and it's kind of close-ish. The
Yeah.
Juju one, yeah.
Juju and Terry McLaurin will be okay as well. That's the thing. They'll be
But-
good enough. for
now
him.
I'm back and forth because I saw the running backs. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Jordan's gone dominant. But then look, the wide receivers, one and two wide receivers, Juju McLaurin
understand.
versus Diggs and
No,
Jefferson.
what you got to do is
crazy.
Jefferson and Diggs versus Saquon and Henry. Who you got?
Jefferson and Diggs.
Yeah, but not by much, right? It's
I
probably
disagree.
going to be like
I got
probably
it
be
by
like 10 points.
It's gonna be like 20.
I got that by a lot.
I don't think it'll be a bunch like that.
But,
no.
Against Philly and Tennessee, and then against New Orleans and Carolina.
You're
We're putting a lot.
You're not looking at Henry.
Hmm?
Who's Henry play?
Oh, Henry. Okay,
Yeah.
I wasn't. You're right.
That's
I
what I'm
wasn't-
looking at. Henry and
Buffalo.
Saquon.
Mm.
Fine.
Titans
Okay.
play Buffalo. Buffalo's got a
To me,
really
it's
good
Henry
team.
and
Oh,
Saquon.
this is
I got
this is
Jordan.
my matchup of the week right
I
here.
got
This
Jordan.
is crazy. Hawkinson and Goddard are close. Wilson and Hurts are close. That's a tough one. I'm gonna take Kevin just because Kevin wins early in the year. He always wins.
I'm taking Kevin as well.
All right, let's roll.
That's
Let's
it.
ride, Jordan.
That's it.
All right. Well, hit me up with trades.
Yep.
I'm open.
Let's get some done.
Yeah, get something done. I'm always open.
But Kevin, have you ever won the league with your wide receiver heavy squad? That's the thing. I want to say that's true, but it's not because like last year, who won the league? The team that had Jonathan Taylor. Who won the league the year before that? I bet he had a good running back. Who won the
James
year?
Robinson.
Who won the year before? Huh?
James Robinson.
Still-
That Jordan didn't have James Robinson, or Jordan had James Robinson last year.
It was
Jordan had
I
him.
think you did.
Right,
James
but-
Robinson.
but-
He didn't win the league.
no. It was when Robin won it, or not? Jordan won it in
2 years ago.
2020.
He also had James Robinson. Yeah.
James Robinson's the key. You heard it here.
I think I agree wide receivers give you more points, but having the running back, I think wins you the league. I think that's what wins you the league because
We
it's
shall
harder to
see.
get. Anyways,
Hit me up for trades. I'm open.
love y'all. Let's have a good second week. I think
Suck it, Robin. You're gonna lose this week. See ya.
Logan is definitely gonna win. That's all I have to say about that.
It's been fun.
We'll
Thanks for
close it
coming
out
on, Coleman.
with the amazing song that everyone loves so much.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
See ya. Have a good night.
I like to close out the song too.
You've seen the moon and its darker side. I can feel the gravity. The forces pull between you and me. Yes, it's true, I'm falling hard for you. But I won't rush this love. I can wait even if it's hard to take. One moment is enough. I will be standing here right by your side. I will be standing here till the end of time. I will be standing here all through the night, till the stars align. Till the stars align. Till the stars align. There's a changing in the sky. It gets a little lighter over time. Yes, it's true, I'm falling hard for you. But I won't rush this love. I can wait even if it's hard to take. One moment is enough. I will be standing here right by your side. I will be standing here till the end of time. I will be standing here all through the night, till the stars align. be standing